Hello, Dan Mowinski here, Certified AI Consultant, Fractional Chief AI Officer. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit about Perplexity's new feature computer, their brand new AI agent. And today we're going to be talking about how to get leads using Perplexity Computer. All right, so the first thing is you do have to be on the Max plan, which at this point in time is $200 a month. So once you're on that plan, you'll see this new option here that says computer. Now there's a lot that it can do, and we're not going to get into all of that. What we're going to do is we're going to focus on specifically how we're going to get some leads. So I created a prompt right here. So explaining my business and my target market and telling me what information I need to have. So one, I'm running an agency that helps local gyms recover missed calls. I'm focusing on the voice AI agent for this. I need you to look at local gyms in my area that have a website, phone number, and Google business profile. Check the Google reviews for any mentions that it couldn't get through or no answer or didn't call back or some similar complaints. For each business, find the owner's name if possible in a contact email or web form. Score each lead 1 through 10 and how likely they are to have a missed call problem based on the review and business size. 5, export everything into a structured table. All right, let's see how this goes. All right, so here we go. We're going to kick it bit before is you can run multiple tasks at the same time. So you don't have to do just one thing. So because I'm running this task, I could always start another one if I wanted to. Now, one of the things I like about this also is that it can run different agents in parallel. So one of the things with AI agents is you don't want to give too much information to one AI agent, have it stay in its lane. If you create a specialty for it, it will be very specific to that specialty. So you don't want an agent that can do everything, running tasks in parallel. So it's looking for the research assistant, doing some context. Now, also wanted the other far. So if I wanted to stop at any point in time, and I'm like, oh, this is costing too much credits, and I'm just going to bail, I could stop it at this point. So just hit the stop. But it is giving me live updates on credits. Now with this, I do have 10,000 credits to get started. So that's where I'm at right now. So I can see everything that it's going through, which is pretty exciting. I can see my total credits usage. Now, if I wanted to do something else, I could absolutely hop and do something else. But we'll give this a minute and let it sink in. All right, so here we are. So it did a bunch of research and it got a lot of stuff, and now it is waiting for me to approve. So it says I've identified 20 gyms. I'll now run a parallel deep research on all 20. Nice. Browsing their Google reviews for missed call complaints and searching for owner names, emails, and contact forms. This will use a significant amount of credits. Proceed. So we've already used 868 credits for this one task. And remember, we only get 10,000, but it's going to do this. So it generated, I'm going to look and see the list. If I click this, here we go. Here's the list. All right. So what is it doing? So it's actually pulling the big ones. Orange Theory, that's not a big one. Widespread Fitness, Ironworks. All right. So it's pulling a lot of these smaller ones, but also some of the bigger ones. So the bigger ones really aren't my target market right now, but why not? It's somebody I could always go to. So it says it's going to use an accurate amount of credits. So how about instead of doing all of them, we tell it to only do this many from here. So that's what we're going to do. So we're just going to do these. So let's see what it says about that. Okay, so I only want you to do the below. Because I'm not going to find an owner, maybe a GM at the other ones, but this will probably cost us less credits. So we're at 900. Let's see where it goes to. All right, so we took down 6. It's going to do all of the deep research now. When this is done, we will be back. All right, so we are finished up. So it got all 14 of our gyms. So it launched the deep research using parallel agents, and they separated these. So first they did for missed call complaints. So they looked at all of the gyms And then from there, they did the research, and then they looked for the owner's contacts. So we can see the owners and the emails there. Both researches are complete. And then it has the CSV file, so it's doing both of them together. And then it's going to check the Google Maps data from earlier to check the reviews. Now here's what's pretty interesting. It's all in great shape. Let me get it. I'll put it all together. Cool, got it all 14 gyms across 3 sheets. Updated, awesome. And here we go. So we got the lead score, the gym, and then why it had that. So that's exciting for the top ones. Data sheet. Now here's the interesting part is the key finding, which is kind of crazy. So none of the 14 gyms had explicit couldn't get through or no answer complaints. Scores are based on inferred risk. So nobody talked about that, which I guess that's good for them. No complaints, contact and infrastructure gaps. The independent gyms are the strongest prospects since the owners are likely, but there isn't any problems. So that's quite interesting. And overall, how many credits did it take up? 1,135. Now, remember, we only have 10,000, so this was over 10% just for this to find out that maybe none of them. But you know what? That still doesn't mean I'm not going to reach out to them to see what we can do. All right, so here we go. We got names, we got emails, we got phone numbers. Now, what I think probably the next best thing would do is to download these files so we have all of them. And then from there, what we can do is we can drop that into a Chat GPT or a Claude, and then we can tell it to automatically create the emails that we want. Now, I probably could do this here, but I don't want to burn through any more credits. So I'd rather put it in ChatGPT or Claude and have it write me out that. So there you go. Hopefully this was helpful. And if this helps you get 1 or 2 more new clients, then I would consider it a success. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.